Graves for Wei as well.
Yeah, a lot of different first picks available. Obviously, the Wukong being banned away from Xiaobai, and I think that is significant respect from BLG when you consider that, you know, Xiaobai didn't even win on the Wukong in the last game. To still get it targeted against you is a big statement.
But it's the first time now eStar won't get to play it. Only
true.
6 games, so we'll have to see something different out of Xiaobai for summer. But obviously, this guy, multi-talented, multiple different champions that he can play on. We'll have to see what he does decide to land on. But BLG going back towards what seems to be a fairly similar style from last game. The Trundle going to come out. I imagine the Aphelios is going to be that second pick as well. And the potential for BLG to just hands off this again and see if they can go to that late game scaling.
We'll see. And Best going to be very happy with the Trundle. It worked wonders in game number 1. And Best seems comfortable on the Trundle, even getting a 1v1 with Wei early on in the game. But we'll see if this set is going to be locked in as well, because this is kind of a takeaway from eStars, honestly.
I prefer to see the Aphelios locked in here, because if you don't lock in the AD carry, there's the opportunity here for eStars to punish, because they know you have to lock in Aphelios on that third selection. So they can take something like a mid laner here, ban away some counter picks, and then look to have a great mid-game match or mid-lane matchup for themselves.
Certainly could, and LeBlanc and Syndra already banned away. Things like the Zoe are available. That's something we know FunFun is quite happy to go with. Even like the Castle, even like the Galio. Also options for them. We'll see where they opt to go for, or if they do opt to go for a mid laner at all.
Surprised to see the set locked in, although that is the flex pick here for eStars. I thought they'd just go back towards Xiaoxi's Thresh. He's just looked absolutely incredible on it. Or even towards something like the Yuumi if they really wanted to. But looking to go with the counter pick against the Ornn in the top lane in the Mordekaiser. Wins out reasonably well in the lane, but definitely able to remove the Ornn from some of these later game team fights when he's trying to land that big old Call of the Forge God. Can work wonders for eStars.
Certainly can, and FunFun will be able to do, oh sorry, Xiaobai will be able to do great stuff. It's something we saw from him last split as well.
They're
looking
hovering.
Confused, Dagda.
Yeah, they're hovering here. I was like, you're picking Aphelios. Just pick the Aphelios and let's move on. Come on, lads.
This is a classic draft strategy from olden times where even when you know what you're drafting, it's quite good a lot of the time to use your full time, because it gives you more time to discuss the rest of the draft, and then you lock in your pick at the last second.
So look, BLG anyway right now are saying we're going towards late game. You've got the Ornn, you've got the Aphelios, and you've got this Trundle, so super strong front line. Still could see the Azir or something like along those lines come in here for Fofo once again, but could also see that banned away by eStar, which I'd like to. I think when you're looking towards a bit of a more mid-game focused comp with this Ezreal and this set, I think getting rid of that uber scaling in the late game can help you out some.
The Graves banned, as is the Zoe, so none of that coming out from FunFun in the mid lane. It's interesting that eStar are going to be the ones banning these mid laners, clearly. Wanted to try to set things up. Bear in mind, actually, the set could still go in the mid lane for FunFun as well, so perhaps just trying to give him a good matchup on that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see that going over to Xiaoxi once again. BLG, we'll see if they continue to ban away junglers. No, it's going to be a Yuumi taken.
That's, as you just said, the potential for the set to go towards FunFun, and you could have the Yuumi then in the bottom lane. There's still not the jungler locked in for eStar. We'd imagine the set could go there. So trying to take away the Yuumi for the potential of an Olaf to come out against this Trundle. So a nice call here, but there we go. The Azir banned away from Fofo, trying to get rid of that late scaling on the BLG side.
Yeah, I'd love to see Fofo bringing out the Nico. It's something that used to play in the LMS. It's something that has always been sort of in the meta. It's always been played, at least in the LPL. But I'm not expecting that. I'd just love to see it.
I'd be surprised. Nico's a bit of a strange champion where the kit's a bit messy and can be a bit awkward to fit into compositions. But now, looking over towards the opposite side, you don't know what you're going up against in the mid lane. So that Echo more than likely going towards Wei, and then we'll have to see exactly where that last pick is going to go. Xiaoxi hovering the Blitzcrank. Looks like it'll be that Echo jungle, the set in the mid lane that we talked about, and then some sort of support that has a lot of pressure and roaming coming in for Xiaoxi.
Oh no, I just thought of a horrible fate we could have. It could be the set in the jungle, Dagda. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to give you nightmares, but it's possible right now. We'll see if Wei is going to opt into something like that against the Trundle. I don't know if he'd have much of a good time. On the other side, though, Fofo still needs to pick up his mid laner.
I like the Corki here. I think you've still got a decent spike off of the Triforce, and then you can start to move into that later scaling once again. So this is BLG going, look, we aren't going to play your game, eStar. We think once again we can take a step back, wait until those later stages, and when you look at the summoner items or summoner spells, there is the smite on both sides. So at least we'll get an even fight coming into this.
Wei has figured this game out after all. He's managed to work it on through, gets the smite in. Wow, this is going to be a very different game, as we're going to have 2 junglers in a single game of League of Legends. But memes aside, we actually have Ezreal Blitzcrank, which is the ultimate oxymoron lane, but they're picking that Blitzcrank much more for the later stages.
It's not even for the later stages. It's just saying, look, Wink, you're on your own. I'm going elsewhere. I'm going to go explore the world, and I'll tell you my adventures when I eventually come back 2 to 3 minutes later. But this is definitely Xiaoxi saying, I am going to go towards that mid lane. I'm going to work with FunFun and trying to get either way ahead or either just to get FunFun towards a little bit of an easier game time. Because when you look at the build path that these mid lane sets go for, it's the likes of the Sunfire Cape and Deadman's Blade. It's a lot of armor which can struggle against Corki, so they're going to be instead trying to help him just get past that early game bump.
And it's kind of a signature as well for Xiaoxi as well. I'm excited to see him on that Blitzcrank once again. We know him for the Blitz, we know him for the Thresh. He's going to be up against Thresh as Blitz for this game, and we'll see how that's going to pan out in the bottom side of the map. But keep your eyes on the jungle, because Wei needs to redeem himself as we jump into game number 2 here. BLG with a 1-0 advantage, and eStar, they've got to get themselves 2 in a trot here.
So we talked about BLG going for these late game fights where they've all their items, they got their ornaments coming in as well. When we look towards eStar, they're going towards these mid-game fights where Ezreal has hit his items, Set is still in a great spot. And I think as well, when we look towards some of these fights in these early stages, you kind of got some these mid-game stages, kind of got some counters there for eStar against the way BLG want to set up. Because ideally for BLG, you want Kingen in your front line, you want Best in your front line, but Set does a great job of turning your best tanks into your worst enemies, because he's able to fling the likes of Kingen in, the same with Best, on top of Fofo into wings and start off these fights. So there is the opportunity for eStars to turn some of these more frontline orientated champions into backline missiles and just kill wings and Fofo.
True, and I mean, the Colonel agrees with you, because he was, I mean, I think you're both a little bit crazy to bet against Aphelios Corki in the late game, but the Colonel reckon beyond 36 minutes, this goes the way of eStar somehow. I don't know what his logic is. Well, his logic is algorithms, but you can see in the mid lane.
He's the most logic. He's technically the most
based
logic.
on only logic. So I guess he can't be wrong, can he? It's the only explanation.
Never wrong. Come on, he's the Colonel.
That's true. He does eat a lot of fried chicken, and fried chicken gives you wisdom, I think. But
the gravy gives you intelligence. We all know the way it goes.
They don't do the gravy here, Doctor.
Do they not?
They don't do the KFC gravy, and I have to say, it breaks my heart every time. Moving on from KFC, let's look at these win conditions though here, Dagdo, especially on the side of eStar. What do they do here? At what point in the game do I need to start panicking for BLG?
So at least in these early stages, it's about Wei getting towards his later stages where he's got a couple of items under his belt, has gone for the Dark Harvest as well rather than the Electrocute. So he wants to take a little bit of time to ramp up. Same for Wink, wants to get towards those 2 items we always spout about for Ezreal. But who you're looking at instead is Xiaoxi and FunFun. If these 2 guys can set up some plays where Xiaoxi, once we get to about that 5 to 6 minute mark, can get out, get towards this mid lane, and try to be a bit of a nuisance for Fofo.
Being a nuisance for Fofo could be the answer. And there was a bit of that in game number 1 as well. Fofo had a lot of pressure from players like Xiaobai. And from FunFun as well, was consistently trying to get into the backline on his Echo in game number 1. But Fofo did a great job of dealing with that pressure. And honestly, I've been quite impressed by Fofo across the course of this series so far. But can he be consistent with it is ultimately the question. Can he turn this into a theme across multiple series?
Well, that's the thing for BLG, is that you can't just point towards one player. Kingen looked good in the last game. Fofo looks good across several of their games, but it's this... Oh, hang on, FunFun.
I like that at the end there by FunFun. Just dodges the Phosphorus bomb by coming and smacking him in the face. Nicely done. Gets his fleet as well.
Either way, it's BLG's individual talent is there, and that's what makes this team so frustrating to watch. It's the coordination in team fights. It's their calls on how they want to approach map plays and states. But
Xiaobai. He wanted to ward. He just wanted to be safe, and the jungler was already there.
You can never be safe when you've got best on the map. Clearing towards that top side, now we'll be able to back away and move on towards this bottom side. Well, probably Raptors into Gromp, and then see if he can have a repeat performance potentially on this bottom side of the map.
Yeah, that's going to be Xiaobai's flash on cooldown as well, so we have to keep that in mind. Best could just go for some kind of repeat gank a little bit later on. He's got a full 5 minutes to do it, so very possible for him. But across... Oh, that hook! What a hook! Xiaoxi! Xiaoxi, you are... I don't even care that he didn't get the kill there. That was magnificent.
How? That was incredible from Xiaoxi, finding the most minute of holes in those minions to just pick off wings. And you can see Best now being dragged down towards this bottom lane in case some of these Mystic shots hit from Wing.
And that minion right there, that melee minion that was blocking the edge of the tower, keeping Wing safe to farm. In goes Shinmo with the flash flay, and now Wing has to do a lot of work. Xiaoxi's in trouble. Heal already used. He flashes to safety, and now the teleport. This could turn around, and Xiaoxi with another hook. First blood for Wing onto Shinmo as well, because the mid lane has arrived, and it's a double for eStar.
eStar want to fight whenever they can, and you just handed yourselves on a silver platter, flashing in aggressively. You still have the flash on Xiaoxi, you have the arcane shift on Wink, and with that heal, they're totally fine to get away from the play and turn it back around off of FunFun's beautiful TP. He will lose some golden experience here in the mid lane, collected by Wei, but still, that's what eStar wants to do. Turn these plays around and set themselves up as early as possible.
I mean, we've said it time and time again. These guys want to fight. Don't give them the fights.
And I'm surprised to see them go so aggressively for this, because Shinmo isn't really able to do too much here. Again, Xiaoxi's hooks are on point forever. But the thing is, you've gone for this aggressive play, you're flashing in, there's too many minions, so Shinmo can't try and land a hook, he can't try and follow up on this. And all you've got is a Trundle who, yeah, he sticks down the pillar, but Xiaoxi's got his overdrive to speed him up out of there, you've got the arcane shift from Wink, no more hard CC, they're fine to escape away from this.
Now Xiaoxi, you mentioned it earlier, goodbye bottom lane, it's time to roam, it's time to make some plays elsewhere. He's looking towards the mid lane, but FunFun just going to be forcing this in and resetting it. Maybe a play for another time.
I don't think they'll be able to achieve too much here, as you said, that wave pushing in. And you do have the flash and FunFun to try and set it up, but not wanting to go overly aggressive here for eStar. You just got your victory in the bottom side.
FunFun quite brave to go for that wall there, 3 enemies around, but I guess he didn't have vision on the 3 enemies around, so either way, he's a set. So I think you can be quite bold when it comes to clearing wards and whatnot. You're not really the target anyone wants to start a fight with.
Not really. Down on the bottom side, though, we see Xiaoxi once again coming back in. He's gone for that Hextech Flash. So this is where you know he's going to be trying to make a lot of plays in these early stages, opting for the Boots of Swiftness first as well. So looking to get out of lane. The big thing about the Boots of Swiftness as well is that they reduce the slow on your overdrive. So you don't feel as much of a punishment for trying to throw that out a little bit more often.
Not even that as well. Outside of that, comparatively to the Moby boots, you don't lose the movement speed in combat, which can be a big deal in those team fights later on. But I do want to mention something quickly as well. Wing got 2 kills during that last fight. You know how Ezreal is super, super weak in the early game, is kind of not a champion for a while? Well, he's already got a Sheen and a Tier.
Just about to say the same thing, Munch, and it's not only those 2 kills, it's 2 tower plates as well that he's managed to gain for himself, which is why he's incredibly far accelerated. So, as we're farming on opposite sides, the gentleman's agreement in the mid lane, FunFun is good to fight. He's a set. He doesn't care. He just wants to get in with the showstopper. So what's really gatekeeping eStar's pressure is Wei and is the damage that can come out from Wink. With Wink starting to really look like he can take on the world, at least in the next few minutes, this is going to open up eStar to make these plays nice and early.
eStar have their customary early lead that we know them for. Oh, whoa, here we go in the mid lane. Fofo, you're done, my friend. FunFun plays that magnificently.
eStar showing mechanical beauty in this game. We started off with the hooks from Xiaoxi. We thought, yeah, that's what we like to see. That little pullback, though, from FunFun was sick.
And do you know what? I said this right at the start. FunFun, this is the first time he gets to be the solo mid laner on a team, and he's showing off. Now, He's got his grit stacked. Haymaker available. Shinmo wants a hook, but they're going to walk away. This is going to deter Herald, though.
BLG will continue to get it going. It hasn't reset yet. It's still super low on that patience, but will be able to be BLG picking this up and off of just some nice damage coming in onto Fun Fun.
Gonna be able to grab that Herald for himself. Ooh, Xiaoxi trying to make something happen there. Fofo knows it's coming though. Wei is going in. Fofo has to use his package, but oh, he's gone straight into the hook. Wei forced away. Xiaoxi blocks the rocket, keeps his jungler safe.
Bit over-aggressive from Wei. You don't have the hook from Xiaoxi to even follow up if you get the stun, and BLG weren't stuck underneath the tower, especially with Fofo using that Valkyrie to hop out of any sort of danger. So Wei will go back to base. Fun Fun can collect this tower, and we'll go back to farming for at least the next few minutes until that dragon does spawn.
This is one of the great things about this Set mid lane as well, is when you think of Set, you kind of think of, oh no, tank mid laner, this is going to be boring. But Set can make plays. Set can really make things happen.
Also, Wink is making plays again on this Ezreal. Because we already talked about, hey, look, yeah, the 2 kills are great, the turret plates are exceptional, but he's actually been bullying in this bottom lane now with that early Sheen pickup. He's got that the CS advantage, he's got the level advantage, and off of the pressure he's creating.
Oh, Xiaoxi! Another hook goes through. They can't quite finish the kill off. True Shot Barrage obviously on cooldown. They don't quite get the turret plate either. As soon as Best 16 arrives, they realize they gotta leave.
They're forcing Best 16, though, to sit in these bushes and not be able to do anything. He's not being able to farm, he's not being able to get aggressive plays like ganks, and all that's happening is that he's sharing experience with Wings, he's taking some of that, and still Wink is firing on ahead. You can see on your score there, 4,400 gold for this AD carry.
So I just want to quickly visit the top lane while we've got a second here, because I feel like Mordekaiser should do decently in this lane. He's 30 CS down right now. Kingen is having his way with the top lane.
Kingen is doing really well, and as you said, I mean, it's easy enough for Xiaobai to just try and farm up these waves with Obliterate, make sure you're staying safe, but I mean, Ornn does have a lot of damage if he gets onto you, so Xiaobai playing this overly safe, it would appear, just to make sure that nothing is gone awry in this top lane.
I think he's aware that the junglers are going to be on the other side of the map right now. We'll see how Xiaobai can do. Once he's got a couple of items, he's still going to be able to impact the game. And Mordekaiser, one of those champions as well. You always have to bear in mind that he can just win fights by himself by using his ult on the right target alone.
BLG walking down towards the bottom lane. eStar's knows it's going on Xiaoxi with the hook.
He's going to look for it. Doesn't quite find it onto Best. I think he should have just settled for Shinmei. Oh, it was actually blind, so I guess he wasn't picking a target. He was just shooting the hook and hoping. Fofo is going to try and get away with his life here. Valkyrie, I'm assuming, already being used. Parallel Convergence won't find the stun, but Xiaoxi's here. Flashes forward. Gets the flash out of the mid laner too.
Yeah, so BLG are going to be forced right the way back, and it's more important for Fofo's flash to be down when we get to this next dragon fight.
You guys don't get to do anything, BLG. Get out of your own jungle, says eStar. They are consistently just forcing plays.
And this is what I meant about that bully squad. This is what Fun Fun has brought to the team. He liked to play around support. He liked to play around jungle and LNG. Well, we're seeing it again when it comes to eStar.
Wink is quickly becoming one of my favorite players. He's 2v1 in that bottom lane, and he's dropping emotes, BMing them, saying, you can't do anything to me. I'm Ezreal.
This is eStar coming back off of that last one. Tilt be damned. eStar are looking confident in this game, and now they got to go back down towards this Ocean Dragon. You've been accelerated here as Wing, so you're actually in a position where you can fight for this second dragon comfortably with the Infinity Edge not being completed by Wings and Xiaoxi.
This isn't your jungle. You don't get the buffs. This is for Wing. He's the one that gets the blue buff. Oh dear, Xiaoxi. I love Xiaoxi. Xiaoxi is, I think, my favorite to watch.
And like, it feels amazing to watch him as well, because we've had a couple of people come over from the LMS with mixed results, but Xiaoxi coming over has looked so good on these supports, and any sort of like the Thresh, the Blitzcrank, and now we've got the Bard as well for this guy. He just looks amazing.
Oh dear, True Shot Barrage goes through there. And the Herald denied. I guess the Herald must have been about to run out, honestly, for him to just drop it in the mid lane like that.
The thing is, though, that's the Herald now wasted, hasn't actually got anything for themselves, and eStar have already gotten 3 turret plates for themselves on the bottom side. We just Wink consistently forcing the aggression. 30 CS advantage for the Ezreal in a lane that he really should be able to do that on, and eStar picking up their second dragon. So you can see the results. 3,000, or well, sorry, 2,000 gold lead. I can math at some stage. 2,000 gold lead for the guys of the eStar line.
And you have to consider as well, we were talking about how Xiaobai was falling behind at the top side to that 30 CS lead. Well, that CS lead has been matched on the bottom side of the map. And honestly, if I'm going to pick a member to be fed, I'll pick Ezreal over Ornn any day. Fofo, you don't get this one either. But they're all... Xiaosi gets it for him. I mean, Fofo doesn't need it.
It makes sense, yeah. I'm used to mid laner picking it up, but still, yeah. I mean, it makes sense for Xiaosi to have it. More hooks, more mana, more fun for Xiaosi, but... Yeah, I mean, look, this is bullying. This is great. It's so funny to watch.
Xiaosi's just my favorite, man. I love watching his Blitzcrank. I love watching his Thresh as well, but it feels like Blitzcrank, there's just a little bit of extra flair there, you know, when you get to watch him play. Wink? Oh, he stopped it! He got him! Oh my days, Wink doesn't get the recall off. He's going to be silenced. One more Q and finish the job. Minions arrive though, and so does the rest of the team. Now, Call of the Forge God. They're trying to get it through. True shot barrage hits! And Funfun has sacrificed his life for the kill. Wink with another one. Can he survive though? Nice little jump there. Gets over the wall and keeps himself safe.
But look at the mid lane. Wei's got this mid lane turret. You've got Xiaobai pushing in the top lane. So 1 for 1, it's still in favor of eStar because they're picking up stuff elsewhere.
This is such a great game to watch. This is I was not expecting this series to be so action-packed, but
it's eStar, man. How can you not expect it to be action-packed?
Because I thought BLG would just roll over. They're not, though, and they are making plays.
Kind of, but they're still a lot behind in this game. I mean, you're looking down the barrel of 640 gold going over off of turret plates. Now you've got Ezreal who's about to answer for this bottom side. This is just eStar running away with this.
And you know, I asked right at the start of the day, are we going to see the pop-off from Wings? Are we finally going to see this guy that has been so hyped up from the LDL? Not in this laning phase, because there's one side of the coin where Xiaosi has been landing hooks. There's the other side of the coin where Wings has been getting hit by hooks.
It's 15 minutes, and Wink has finished his Iceborne Gauntlet. That is an insanely fast 2 items from this guy. They can actually now turn, it looks like, fight towards the second Rift Carol, but BLG realized, look, we cannot go for these fights. We're still waiting on Ornn to get towards those later stages. Same with Corki, hasn't finished off that Triforce. Finally, the Infinity Edge for Wings, but they're so, or Wings even, but they're so far behind.
They are monstrously behind at this point. Wink has got to the job of now clearing out the jungle as well. He's got into power farm mode. Fofo moves to the bottom side of the map, and he's trying to even up the towers somewhere. But he doesn't get to even things up because there's a Herald on the top side. And if there isn't an answer, this could turn into more. TP? Oh my days. They're going to punish Fofo. You definitely don't get to even the towers up because Xiaobai's bringing you into the death realm. You can't Valkyrie out of this one. Goes for the Valkyrie, but it's not going to save him. One more obliterate. In fact, just an auto will do the job.
He had to let Fofo out of the death realm so Funfun could get the assist. That's all that was. But yeah, this is what I find just baffling about eStars is they will TP for plays like this. So, you know, the dragon in a minute 30 be damned. We don't care about having a TP for that. We just want to kill people right now, right here.
Dude, I'm down. If that's the play, I'm down. Kingen has to jump away. Kingen on Ornn duty this game, I just don't agree with it. He was one of the carries last time around. Xiaosi over the wall, wants to find the hook. Gonna get some DPS here, but Kingen is very tanky. Wink has arrived though. Wink has a good amount of damage at this point in the game. Kingen will fall, and best, he was here to help out his buddy. He's actually gonna be saved in the end by his own buddy, Shinmo.
So they will take down Kingen. They can start to push in this top lane to just create some pressure, but they do need to back. They will want to secure that third dragon for themselves and make sure they're getting to Inferno Soul as soon as possible. But either way, eStar, you gotta admit, they're a very fun team to watch.
I love watching eStar, and I love watching Xiaosi. He was the one that came in there. Without Xiaosi there, I think Kingen maybe could have just got a solo kill onto Wei, because Kingen was very difficult to take down. But ultimately, it doesn't matter how long he survived. It just matters that he dropped.
That's why I'm surprised to see eStar go for the play, because you've already got him with that Abyssal Mask because he's up against the Mordekaiser. A lot of that damage on eStar right now is AP orientated because you've got Wei, Xiaobai,
No, you don't, Fofo. No, you don't, Fofo. This isn't your blue buff. Get out of this jungle.
That's so mean. It's like he's coming in over and over again and just taking that lunch money.
I'm just on eStar's side at this point. I'm just enjoying the bullying at this stage. I'm part of the problem, Dagda.
I think we both are at this stage because BLG are not having a fun time, but it is pretty enjoyable as a fan to watch. And now eStar looking to secure River Vision. Xiaoxi still looking for these hooks. Shinmo needs to be so careful walking up there.
Yeah, this is going to be the Infernal Drake, though, going the way of eStar. This will be their third Drake of the game. They'll be on Soul Point for themselves. And you know what? When you snowball in the game this hard, and then the Dragon Soul will be an Infernal Soul,
it's not fair.
That's just got win written all over it.
Look, eStar, mid-game has been hit. They're looking spectacular. 3 dragons. You've already got the makings of that Death Stand start on Wink, whereas it's just the Infinity Edge for Wings now. Yes, Wings hasn't backed it a while, but still the difference between these two AD carries is monstrous right now.
I love how our 2 solo laners here for eStar are both just massive tanks hammering away on this tower. There's no way anyone can go in there. And BLG, sure you get a tier 1. You trade it for a tier 2 on the opposite side of the map.
And it means now that you've got Fun and Xiaobai you can play towards this side.
Okay.
Oh, not quite.
I got a little excited.
Well, I wasn't sure if Wei was still going to go, but either way, you've got eStars who can play towards this bottom lane now. You've got an exposed inhibitor turret, so if BLG tried to get towards the likes of this Baron or to some of these big fights that eStar have been hounding for throughout this game, well then there's the ability of eStar to take that bottom lane turret.
I think Wink might already be on 40% CDR because he is throwing out Qs basically the speed at which anyone else can auto-attack already. He's heading on towards that Death Stance. Once that third item is finished, there's basically nothing BLG can do to shut him down. Wings on the other side, he's only got a Zeal alongside his Infinity Edge. He is so far behind in that bottom lane role. Fofo and King want to make a play onto Xiaobai here.
I don't know if they can do very much. I mean, the beauty of Mordekaiser is it's never a 2v1, right? It's always going to be 1v1 with the Death Realm. And Fofo forced to back as the rest of BLG, or eStars get to play with the map.
Here we go. Brings him into the Death Realm. Oh, no. What? I feel like they both were hurting him while he was in the Death Realm there.
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
No,
If someone knows something I don't know, shoot me a tweet.
The whole point of Mordekaiser is you can pull
Yeah.
King into the Death Realm, and the ultimate off, but anyway, Wei is chasing onto Fofo.
He's trying to dodge away from these rockets, parallel convergence, but Fofo's going to turn things around here. Phase dive, used defensively. Wei decides to back off because he knows that the rest of the squad's coming on in. And he can walk away with his life. Or can he? He's got to dodge rockets. There's no rockets left, but Fofo flashes for the kill. Oh, Wink. You scoundrel. That belonged to Wei.
Everything on this map belongs to Wink. The kills to start with, even trying to hard carry on Ezreal in the last game.
Buffs.
Now he's coming in. And yeah, I want to get a replay here. So there's the...
Oh, Bellows Breath blocked the ult.
Okay, I missed that part. Yeah, Bellows Breath means that he can't get the ult off. Well played by Kingen, realizing that obviously Xiaobai was going to go for it, so they're able to stop him.
I didn't see the Bellows Breath. Very beautifully done by Kingen there. And this is, I mean, Kingen's looked great in both of these games, right? His Hecarim in game number 1 looked fantastic. Now in game number 2, we see his Ornn. And there's not that much you get to show off with on Ornn, but ultimately, that is the kind of moment where you really do get to show off.
Yeah, it's trying to predict what the enemy does, and that's exactly what we saw from Kingen there. He looks amazing just being able to figure out exactly what Xiaobai's doing, get into his head, squirrel around there a little bit, and comes out with the kill as a result. So eStar have to slow down a little bit on what they're doing, but with that minute and a half until the Dragon's there, well, they can turn towards this objective. They've already got some decent vision control in the area as well, with a couple of pink wards and now clearing out that vision and river that BLG plays, so should be in a good spot to take this.
And BLG don't want it to be true, but it's now or never for them, because this Infernal Soul would just about put the final nail in the coffin. They're already 5,000 gold down, but they have got a Hurricane finished off. on Wings, and they've also got Fofo with 2 items here, the Triforce as well as the Mana Moon. So, or the Muramana, sorry.
Yeah, they're still, as BLG, very far behind. You still need to get that Phantom Dancer, or if you want to go for that Death Stance build that we've seen come through from Felio. So you're still an item essentially behind where Wink is, and you've really hit your power point now as Fun. You got that Dead Man's Plate, which you want for that speed up. You're going to have a little bit more of that magic resist as well, but
Xiaoxi with an uncharacteristic mistake here and maybe throws this one away. Xiaoxi still surviving though, and the damage just isn't there. They turn this one around. Wings still surviving, but Wink jumps straight onto him. Shinmo goes down as well. Wink does so much damage. He can jump onto anyone and one-shot them, just like he does to Fofo. Kingen will come out of the Death Realm, and it's one last kill and an easy ace for eStar.
And they can now pick up both objectives. Waze going towards the Dragon. eStar are going to start at the Baron as well. They are going to take the lot, and what a turnaround from Fun there. The showstopper onto Kingen to slam him straight down onto Wings and Fofo means there's so much burst damage onto the carries. There's nothing left in the tank for BLG to carry through, and that's what we were talking about when we first set up these fights, saying, look, Fun can destroy BLG if he's able to pick up Kingen and into the carries, and it's exactly what happened there.
Wink continues to take the other half of his jungle.
So watch here for Fun. Xiaoxi does get caught. Fun flashes over the wall, big face breaker, and then onto Kingen, straight down, and that damage is insane onto Wings. Means one combo from Wink will be able to finish him off, and at that stage there's nothing left for BLG here as Wink follows through with the rest of the fight.
Yeah, I mean, easy cleanup for Wink on this one, especially with how far ahead he is, but I love that it's basically like Xiaoxi, he definitely made a mistake, but in all chat, he's not going to admit that. No. In all chat, no. That's just a straight up word.
Look, it's getting more kills onto Wink. We all know that this is the main carry here, and it's about sacrificing your life to support for the AD carry.
It was all part of the plan. He just had to look juicy, be in the right spot, force them into a fight.
Shake that robot butt, you know, get them interested, and then eStar are able to clean up. So now you've got Inferno Soul, you've got that Baron as well, and eStar can really start to push in. They're spreading out that Baron buff across the map as well. Fun in this bottom lane, Shellby getting this top lane in control, and now it becomes so difficult for BLG to deal with this because they just don't have the wave clear to deal with a Baron buff.
Moving up towards the top lane tier 2 here, they've got the Baron, as you rightly say, and realistically, BLG, they're going to be contesting for now, because there's only 3 members strong from eStar. They're just going to be using the minions to try and chip away, because in the meantime, they're going to be pressuring these other lanes as well. You got Wink in the mid lane, you got Fun in the bottom side of the map.
Fun, as he said, just trying to use the minions, these kind of minions, to chip away at these turrets and start to get a bit of progress. So one tower falls, now the next point of pressure will be on that top side for Shellby, and it's slow and steady now for eStar.
And this is the perfect way to use a Baron, right? Dance between the lanes. Shellby couldn't push on to the top tier 2, but then there's pressure elsewhere on the map, so BLG are pulled elsewhere on the map. Now they're getting pulled towards the bottom side because Fun stepped up. It's best 16 that has to be careful, gets away on a dark passage. Xiaoxi, he'd love to go for a hook right now, won't quite be able to find it, but look at the damage onto Wings there. 1 Q from Wink is a quarter of Wings' HP. Absolutely
disgusting. This Ezreal is massive right now, and you can see Kingen struggling to deal with this top lane pressure. There's 3 cannon minions there, and he can't clear them out.
And as soon as everybody moves up towards that top side to deal with that pressure comes elsewhere on the map. They look for a dive in the bottom side. Wei and Xiaoxi going in there. The inhib towers continue to get hammered away onto Wink, steps forward, and the mid lane will be cracked open. This means the other 2 lanes are even easier to siege onto.
Yeah, there's only 3 seconds left though, and BLG realize
they're going to try and make a play happen. Ult comes on through, the straight onto Kingen, who just about gets... No, he goes down! Xiaoxi had the ignite in. Even Kingen can't survive a pull from Xiaoxi. Wei didn't even respond, by the way. He just stayed at the bottom lane pushing.
Yes, like, you guys, you got this. We take down the tankiest member of BLG like he's nothing. And now eStar's 2 inhibitors cracked open. They want to make it a 3rd as they rotate towards the top. Xiaoxi still fishing away.
You hear that sound effect and you panic. Your bum clenches and you worry for someone on the side of BLG. Fofo, You know you can't do anything to Fun. I know you can't do anything to Fun. Stop pretending like you can. In on towards his inhib tower. Shinmo is low, walks away with his life though. It's Fofo trying to get damage out from the side. Mystic shots go wide. It's going to be 2 inhibs. And it might be all of the inhibs that they're going to get.
I don't think eStar need to overpush here. Kingan's about to respawn. They've picked up a hefty amount of gold in that last play. Go back, spend it, make sure you're staying ahead of the curve of BLG. And all you need to do now is send Xiaobai and Fun to push in these side lanes and this mid lane as the rest of you group towards that top and just create pressure again so that then you can take that last hit.
Wink taking a long way around there on the recall. I was a little bit worried he was going to get caught out, but he should be fine. And when you look at these 2 carries competing, there's a 4,000 gold difference between the 80 carries alone in this game.
Oh, he still stole the blue ball. He managed to get it with the Hextech Pro.
Poor Fofo. And do you remember about 4 hours ago, I was like, Fofo's hit is 2-item spike. Well, Fofo's still on 2 items, and that was a long while ago. He did get an update, though.
He did get the Trinity Fusion,
so
he's got a little bit
of
his IE. There we go, Infinity Edge. That's a pretty big power point here for Fofo, but it's too little too late at this stage. You're sitting 12,000 gold behind, 11,000 gold behind. You've got those Infernal Souls over on eStar. Wink is massive.
Let me just counter that slightly, though.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, we don't have time, because there's a pick.
Sorry, you wanted to,
I was about to say,
what eStar ahead?
I was about to say they've got a Felios, they can still win. And then Wings walks up, Xiaoxi grabs him around the booty. And that is going to be a win in the books for eStar. There's realistically nothing that BLG can do about this one anymore. Shinmo taken very low by Wink, who can just do absolutely anything he pleases at this point in the game on the Ezreal. Jumps on forward, Fofo forced onto the fountain, pulls everybody in. And BLG barely walking away with his lives. Xiaoxi with an uncharacteristic miss on the hook. And everybody backing away from eStar there. They don't get any kills. They get 1 Nexus tower for themselves. The next minion wave floods on in. And now the siege continues once again. Nice Bellows Breath from King. And Shinmo gets a hook onto Fun, but he's going to be able to keep himself safe with a Haymaker. And now everybody piles in. The kills will start to come through. And eStar clean up shop. Another one for Wei. Wings has survived. But even a Felios can't save you now. 17-4. And eStar answer game 1 in dominant fashion.
So it turns out if you take Smite, eStar are actually a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They're able to beat out BLG very convincingly here. And it was off